here we are going to introduce ourselves right now. My name is Mark, your main host for the day.
Hello everyone, myself Vidhi.
Hello, my name is Bombing. Yes.
Hello, I'm Mimi, also known as Squishy in the Discord server.
Yeah.
Yes. So before we actually start the podcast itself, I'd like to first disclose that whatever our beautiful guest here has to say today is of her own opinion. She's not going to be diagnosing anything, so if you're going to speak on some stuff, just bring it to surface level stuff and try not to go very deep into the darker side of stuff. We're trying to keep things nice and friendly
Yeah,
here.
because we're talking about self-care today, right?
Exactly.
That's why. So, what we're gonna say now is just a disclaimer, and don't take our word for it. These things might help us, but not help everyone. So, if you do need help, go for professional help.
Yeah, so
Exactly.
take whatever resonates with you, leave out what doesn't.
Yeah, self-care.
We're just here to bring awareness to the topic.
Yeah. Okay. So,
All
What
right.
is-
So, what is self-care? So, according to Google, self-care says that it is the act of preserving or improving one's own health. Now, I'm sure we all are stressing every day, maybe even every minute, let's say, but we all have our own stresses. Vidi, what would you say is your recent stress?
I think for me, my recent stress was coming to a whole new place. Coming from a place like India, where not many people would choose to do their bachelor's abroad, but I chose it. And then after coming here, I realized that what a big decision that I took. And
daring
then
decision.
yeah,
Very daring.
yeah, it has completely changed my life. That I would say. Earlier, I was a totally different person, taking my life for granted, always thinking about what's going to come next and that competitive spirit. But after coming here, I started to be more grateful towards my life, like taking each day, day by day, setting into a new culture, meeting new people from various countries, and knowing about their opinions. I think this has been really great.
That's good.
But it has also been really stressful, away from home, missing your family.
Homesick.
Then you have to do your own laundry
Ah.
utensils,
Do your own
cook your
laundry.
own food. And now I started to realize how much trouble I've given to my mother. She used to
Yeah.
really work hard to prepare my lunch, and now I have to prepare my own lunch. So guys, please be grateful to your parents. Always thank them. This is coming from my experience. Yeah. So
Yeah,
this
do not
is
take them
really
for granted.
stressful for me.
Yeah, love your
settling-
parents.
Yeah.
Love
True.
your
Not
mother,
take them
love
for
your father.
granted. Love
Exactly.
your parents.
Do not.
So, would you say that when you came here, because everything is kind of new to you, would you say that the culture shock was very stressful on you?
Not really the culture shock, I would say, for me, because the people here that I met were really accommodating. Okay, that was my experience, and I believe that everyone has different experiences.
Definitely,
But for
yeah,
me, people were really accommodating. But that was something really personal that even though I have been independent before,
Mhm.
but coming here, living alone, you're all by yourself, and you have to take care of your own safety, take care of your own stuff, plus the academic stuff. I think that really bottled up my stress.
I see, I
Yeah.
see.
Oh.
Yeah.
Actually, I don't even think I would dare to go out to a different country without my parents. or
I
like-
mean, you
Wait,
technically
actually, I technically
are.
did.
You technically
Oh,
are.
Okay,
Yeah.
never mind. Yeah. I technically did, but it was not far. Not like from India to Malaysia. Damn, whoa, that's very
It's
far.
far place. It's far
Yeah,
place.
it is really. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even I thought Malaysia was near. Everyone really said to me that Malaysia is near to India, but it took me 12 hours 45 minutes to come here.
Oh my.
Yeah,
That's a
so
long flight.
it's not near, please guys. It's really far from India. The Indians who are watching, they would definitely understand how far
Know what
it
you're doing.
is.
Know what you're doing.
Yeah, you're taking in the transit, you're taking all your bags and you're stressing about a new place, what it's going to be after you land, how it's going to be the procedure. Plus, you're traveling during COVID. So
it
that
makes
is
everything much
really
more
stressful. Really stressful.
difficult.
Damn. Okay.
But there was a lot to unpack, huh?
A lot to unpack, lot to
unpack.
carry.
Lots to
Still
unpack.
deciding on stuff, what to pack, what not to pack. Really coming with a lot of luggage. So
Okay. So self-care. What do you think, Mimi? I'm still thinking a lot because today has been a stressful day and I'm still slowly coming down from
This
it.
week
What about
has
you?
been this week has been pretty stressful for me because I found out that my aunt passed away 2 days ago,
Oh no.
Damn.
and I'm
Rip,
pretty
RIP.
close with that aunt. So I'm having a hard time coping with it, but I'm
Stay strong.
yeah I'm handling it.
You have our
Yeah.
deepest condolences.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Oh,
I
okay.
I'm going back to my hometown tomorrow. Hopefully see
Ah.
her.
To
Yeah.
get
Okay,
some
okay.
closure for
Yeah.
yeah.
So, what about you, Tim?
For me, well,
Self care.
I just entered my first semester in degree. So I'm in my first year, first sem, and it wouldn't say it was a shock, and it wouldn't say I wasn't surprised, but there is a lot of workload that I'm trying to deal with, and to split time with it, with especially with club activities or socializing with people, going to more events and stuff. So it's definitely been taking a toll on me, and more of my stress is towards the academic side because I wouldn't say I have the most interest in whatever I'm studying
Okay,
right
okay.
now, but I am trying my best. I do have many quizzes in the week coming, so
Yeah.
wish me luck.
All the
Make sure you
best.
know you're doing
Thank you.
everything.
You'll
you
Good
rock,
luck.
you'll rock.
Yeah.
This-
But yeah, that's been all my recent stresses. Other than that, everything is pretty okay. Everything is going fine. What about you, Boming?
Me. Stress. Stress is a very big topic, honestly. It's a very, very big topic for everyone, especially as we all, even behind the crew, is like we all are uni students or even master students, like still students, young adults. And stress is just a part of our life. No matter what, even if you're rich, if you're poor, you will be stressed. And that's when self-care comes in. Because self-care is a way for you to really take care of yourself. Yeah, this explains for itself, right? Self-care, taking
Yeah.
care of yourself. So like, I've been stressing out recently about studies, exams. Yeah, make sure, okay, just want to let all the viewers know that make sure you know what you're getting yourself into when you go to uni. Don't
that's right.
seek friends help or teachers helps or anything helps actually. So yeah, just stress around home, around studies, around life in general. Yeah, so I can't really go into details because they're like a whole new topic and everything.
It's okay.
But yeah, stress has been very stressful.
So speaking on stress, then we definitely need a way to rectify and to solve these problems or stresses that we have. So now we're going to ask our fellow hosts and our fellow guests on how we actually do self-care. So Vidhi, would you like to start?
Yes, definitely. I think when it comes to self care for me, I think it's mostly about taking care of my physical and mental health as well. Doing some self check ins, self emotional check ins, most importantly. I think that's what it is for me, self care. And I have like a lot of people who think that self care has to be expensive. It doesn't have to, right?
Doesn't have to.
It just doesn't
Definitely
have to.
not. Yeah.
Because self care, you are taking care of yourself. It can be anything which makes you happy.
Definitely, yeah,
Things-
exactly.
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 Yeah,
Yes, that's
something
true.
that really makes you happy, something that really just busts your stress. That's what self care is about. If something skincare works for him, if you just want to go to an expensive salon, get a new haircut,
Treating yourself.
yeah, that is what
Exactly.
self care for him. But it would be different for me. It would be different for Boeing. Okay, it would be
Definitely.
different for everyone. Okay, so when it comes to me, it will always be about going for a run.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Okay.
I like to stay healthy.
Oh,
I
wow.
could never
I could,
which is
cannot
why I'm so
relate.
pretty. Okay, thank
Whoa,
you,
oh,
thank you.
Hit her up. Hit her
I'm
up.
doing some self promotion as well.
Oh,
Okay.
Hit her up. Hit her up.
Self-care.
We're gonna put our number down in the Discord.
Okay. So yeah, taking care of my body, but there are also times when I have my fair share of breakdowns, when I've absolutely felt disappointed and I just want to eat that last slice of cake without even thinking about my waistline. So I think on that days, that is self-care to me. Yeah.
It's the cheat days
Okay,
that count.
okay.
Yes, exactly.
yeah.
Listening to your body, listening what your heart really wants. I think that is what self-care is to me.
Definitely.
Yeah, you can listen to your heart to fulfill any kind of emotional desire that you have, and then sometimes you listen to your brain for more
Logical.
for more
Rational,
logical,
rational
exactly.
decision.
Rational,
Yeah.
yeah.
And
rational.
even those can be pretty self-caring too. It's like as if you're you're stressing on an exam or whatever, so you study really hard and then you get really good results. See, that's in fact that is more of a long-term ish self-care, but you're still caring for yourself, you're caring for your studies. So that will definitely make your mental health better. It makes your mind more clear, you're worrying less. Self-care, it comes in many different forms, and it really just depends on how high of a standard you set it.
Yeah, self-care. Mimi? Self-care. What do you do to make yourself feel worth it?
I feel worth it all the time, baby.
Hey,
Damn. Okay. You hear it here, folks.
But for self-care, I am not a fan of routine. So for every time I want to do self-care, I do different things. So
Okay.
I would paint, and if you see up there, that is one of my paintings that I've done during the art exhibition last semester. I enjoy painting. I actually finished drawing my art last night, and my hand is pretty sore right now. And
But it's fun for you, right? It's fun.
it's fun.
It's therapeutic.
I can go on for hours without even thinking that it has been hours already. And then I also like to do my makeup. I like to look good because when I look good, I feel good. And when I feel good, I want to do things. I feel motivated to do things. So there was this one time last semester during the final exam. I was in the middle of my paper. Luckily, it was online. I got so stressed. I started doing my makeup. Then I was like, yes, I got this. I actually have a video. I recorded a video of me doing it in the middle of an exam. I was
so you got both good results and got a good appearance.
yes, look good while you're doing your exams.
Exactly.
And I enjoy meditating. I enjoy dancing. I like moving my body. When you move your body, your energy is not stagnant anymore, and you just want to keep moving.
Something therapeutic about that, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, you just feel the music and just move
Yeah.
along.
I wanted to try.
I love music.
I wanted to try meditation actually, but it's just that I might move around too much.
You have too much
meditation
energy.
doesn't
Yeah.
have to be you staying still. You can move
Seriously?
around while you meditate. The only thing that matters is your awareness.
You just need
Your
to
mindfulness.
keep your
It's
mind
practicing
clear.
mindfulness.
I mean, because usually people always say meditate every day, and you just sit down in a quiet room, make some candles, and you just
meditation is different for everyone.
Okay.
Do whatever feels right to you.
Yes.
And I feel like when talking about meditation for people, accommodating your routine, that also brings that stress to accommodate meditation in your routine. But it's always the first step is always going to be hard.
Definitely.
Yes.
The beginning.
Yes, that's always going to be hard. So that's what I feel like. You got to master it with time. You can't master it in a
Discipline.
day.
And until it
Yes.
becomes a routine.
Yeah. So even for that, you don't have to feel so stressed that every day I have to do meditation. It's good to include that in your routine, but do not pressurize yourself. You're gonna master it
Yeah.
with time.
When you
Exactly.
pressure yourself,
Yeah.
that's when you get more stressed.
Yes.
So
The-
if you feel like you cannot do this today, just leave it.
I think it's something like a if I'm rushed to do it and be like, if I do it, it's gonna make me happy. Confirm, it's gonna make me happy. It will not make you happy, right?
It's
Like,
just
Correct.
short-term
you're gonna be like,
happiness.
Correct.
you're gonna be like, I can't wait. Okay, I feel so lazy to do something which I like, and then I'm just gonna do it because it will confirm make me happy, right? It will confirm make me happy, right? Having that kind of mindset, you'll be like, that will definitely not make you happy to the fullest. You'll be like,
You shouldn't
Yeah.
be forcing yourself.
exactly.
True. It actually comes from within. And I feel like for some people that I know, their self-care is actually spending time with the people that genuinely make them happy, make them feel positive about themselves. Spending time with your family or your friends.
That's
for them,
true.
that is self-care. When
That
they are
is
having a
self-care.
bad day, they would call up their friend, meet up their friend, and just talk about it. I think for them as well, that is self-care, because that is sometimes me.
Yeah.
Something happens, I call my mom that this is what my crisis, and more than my mom, I call my aunt that this is what I've done. This is my crisis. Because yes,
Good to have
because
someone to lean
for
on.
my mom, the first thing that she'll do is she'll make faces. She's like a typical Indian mother. She'll make
yes.
faces and she'll judge you that you did something wrong to get into this crisis. But my aunt, she's a lifesaver. She'll give you the advice. It's the best advice in the entire world. And I
That's
think
what my
she's watching
parents-
this podcast tonight. So after
Hey,
hours
no.
is promoting in India as well.
Exactly.
So, yeah,
Make
so-
sure to share with your
yeah.
friends and everybody. Make sure to join our Discord. We'll be on Twitch. Spotify show.
That is a lot of promotion.
Slowly growing,
Yeah.
Slowly growing, slowly
worldwide.
growing.
Slowly but surely.
We're going to
Progress is
conquer the
progress,
world.
Yeah.
Guys.
So Tim, what about you? Self-care?
Self-care.
That's a thing, right?
I am very, I wouldn't say generic, but it's quite stereotypical when people talk about self-care, you know, like comes to, especially face care. I do a lot of face care, and sure, it takes a while to keep it as a habit, but like, I mean, I'm sure we've all read somewhere that it takes like 3 months of constantly repeating and doing the same act to actually make it into a habit. But I can say that it is a habit now. But of course, I have those days where I just say to myself, I'm too tired, so I'm not gonna do it. Because most of the time, my schedule, for when it comes to face care is pretty long. It's like who knows how many steps, 7 steps maybe, like creams and whatnot. But I actually have brought like a product today that we share later. But yeah, that is how I deal in terms of self care. Also, just to chill with some of my friends in like just a friendly Discord server, you know, just get together in a voice channel, just talk stuff with each other, just bounce it here and there and see what comes out. Most of the time something meaningful comes out, and then you just have fun talking about topics that you normally wouldn't talk about in public, stuff like that. But yeah, that is how I do self-care as well.
Okay.
Wow.
Self-care.
Teach me some skincare. I'm pretty lazy.
Oh, I definitely
I
will.
should teach you as
Honestly?
well. I think my
Okay.
steps
Just
need some work.
for me, I would say that the simplest skincare is the best skincare. Because the thing is, if you don't have bad acne or if you don't have a very sensitive skin, having the simplest routine is the best. All you have to do is just eat properly, sleep properly, have a simple cleanser, simple toner, simple moisturizer. You're good.
Exactly.
True. Less
And
is
drink
more.
water.
And drink
Less
water,
is-
lots
yes,
of water.
less is more.
Yay.
Less is more.
Less is more.
Yeah. You heard it from here. Less is more.
See,
But-
I'm so smart.
But but remember to get lots of water and as well as sleep. You know, like as
Definitely.
Even with sleep, you need to have a regular sleep schedule.
Exactly. Yeah.
Exactly.
You can't say that you sleep 8 hours, but then you sleep from like no. You can't say
Maybe
that.
tonight you sleep at 2 a.m.
You,
tomorrow.
you can't say
7
that like you
p.m.
sleep
No.
for 12 hours, but then you sleep from 3 to 3.
sleep at the unholy hours.
Yeah, unholy hours. Yeah,
What
you,
did
can't,
you
you can't
do?
do that. Yeah.
What
yeah.
are you doing staying up so late at night?
I think nowadays
Self-care.
for the
Self-care.
one thing that I have like come across and noticed like among students is we have really fantasized like working till late, getting
Yeah.
up
Definitely,
late and
yeah.
sleeping, and it's just kind of fancy and they want to look cool about it. You know, I slept at 4 a.m. I think it's not cool anymore because it's taking toll on your health. If you want to
Exactly.
live
And then just
longer,
have 10 shots of coffee.
yes, you have
It is,
to.
it
You
is.
have to take 8 hours of
It is.
sleep.
It is. Like
Something
it
to
is
flex
proven
about,
that it
you
will
guys.
cut years off your life and everything.
Yes.
Yeah. So, but then we all still
It's
do it,
true
right?
though. It's
Yeah.
Because
true.
we still have to get that 90 for our parents. If not, we will get whooped either way. We will either die from no lack of sleep or from our parents.
Maybe
True.
that's your parents, not mine.
Yeah.
My parents are like, as long as you pass, you're good.
Same for me. Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't imagine having such parents who are willing to let their children do just that amount and be happy, because my parents are definitely not like that.
Chinese parents.
Chinese parents.
Asian parents, not Asian.
Asian.
Well,
yeah,
we're
yeah.
No, they're Asian.
Yeah,
Asian.
we're all
Yeah.
Asian, but then
Yeah.
different breed.
They're different breeds. Yeah, just different
Different-
mindsets, you know.
For me, self care. Okay, from a perspective that an Asian household, a Chinese Asian household, not a really bright childhood background. You know, all those. You know, when your parents try to encourage you, try to give you motivation, try to give you that "I love you, son," that kind of "I love you, my daughter." They don't say "I love you." Asian parents don't say "I love you." They will be like, "Have you eaten?"
Yeah.
Yes.
They will,
Have you
they
eaten?
will.
And that's the way of showing love.
Let's have dinner right now.
So
Yeah.
from that being said, right, I think we all can relate with that.
Yeah.
Right? So growing up didn't really had that much confidence in myself. So self-care is where it comes in, where I find that one day, I gotta work hard for myself, because you gotta know your own worth before you show people what you're worth. Right?
Exactly.
People can't see the worth in you if you can't see your worth in yourself. Think about it. So the thing is, for me, the very first thing that I got about self-care is being confident and being a narcissistic, egoistic person. Listen, okay? Listen. Being egotic and egotistical and like
yeah.
narcissistic is good to a certain extent. Because if your ego is big and you have faith that I am the real deal, I'm good looking, I can do this, I can do that. But when people humble you and be like, I can do it better than you, and there's hard proof that the person is definitely better than you gotta be there and be like, I'm humble. And you gotta move on, and next time get better, and then come back again and you know you're the real deal.
and hit it back to them.
Because think about it, if a person shuts you down, but you still get up and be like, no, I'm definitely better. I'm way better than you. Better. Imagine like your boxer that just started for a few months. Then you want to straight away fight all those professional UFC fighters and everything. They're gonna die. You're definitely gonna die. But if someone say you can't fight, kid, you're gonna be like, no, I can fight. That's just like
as a side note, don't go fighting kids.
that's just your ego
Don't
speaking.
fight.
and
Yeah,
everything.
just don't fight.
Do not fight.
But if you get humbled and you be like, yeah, I can learn from this, you learn things. That is just another way of self-care. I mean, honestly, I told this to my friends a few days ago, and they all said, yeah, it's just a thing where we thought about it, or we thought about it peripherally, and then we're like, yeah, we just didn't spoke it out. But technically, you have to. It's like you have to pretend to fall asleep. Am I right? Isn't it? You gotta close your eyes and like.
Fake it till you make it.
Yeah, exactly.
So like you gotta know you're the real deal until you're the real deal. Yeah, and that's where self-care, like that's where you know your worth. You're self-caring for yourself. You're giving yourself motivation to do stuff. You know, knowing what you're worth, being egotistical and narcissistic to a certain extent. I
To a
repeat,
safe extent.
Yes.
to a
okay?
safe extent.
A certain
I
extent
repeat,
could
to a
be
safe
over
extent.
the safe extent.
Yeah, exactly. So when your parents don't give you love because they give love in a different way, but then you want that words of I love you or a hug or something like that. But then usually Asian parents don't do that. But then, yeah, you tend to, I tend to get that being egotistical and narcissistic, but then you just gotta do it to a certain extent. Yeah. Then self-care, taking care of yourself. Make sure, please, everyone, take care of yourself. It's not good in the future. You
Make
could be
yourself
going
the
through
priority.
something right now, and you could do things that you thought you would never do. But at least you know, and you're fully aware of everything. You're considered better than most of the population already. Because being aware of yourself and everything, and being able to realize what you're doing wrong and what you're doing right, that's the best thing. That's when you know self-care is caring for yourself. Yes, caring
Wise
for
words,
yourself.
wise words indeed.
And it also is not selfish, taking care of
It is,
yourself.
yeah.
You are your
it's
own
not,
priority.
It's absolutely not
Exactly.
selfish.
Self-care.
Yeah.
Self-care is a very important thing. It's a way of life where people know their self-worth.
Yeah, and at the end of the day, you are living your own life. I'm sure that's obvious enough. So you should look out for what you know is best for you, and what is best for you may not be the best decision at the time, but at least in the long run, you're always learning. So you know what not to do the next time you face a similar problem. And I would like to say, just as a side note, back to what Boming said about being kind of egotistic and narcissistic. I would say to me, there is a fine line, and there's a zone where below the narcissistic is more of just self-confidence and how you feel about yourself in general as a
Exactly.
person in the public eye, and if you feel good about yourself being in the public light, and you're not it doesn't matter if you're shy or however sociable you are, as long as you are happy with how you are and how you act in public, that is self-confidence. Even if it isn't a lot, it's still self-confidence, and that is another method of just caring for yourself in general.
Taking care of yourself, taking care of your sleep, taking care of your body, taking care of your mind, taking care of everything. It's all about self-care.
And just like that, it's so easy to take care of yourself.
Yeah, we all do self-care stuff like even when we're not knowing, maybe treating yourself to a candy,
Yeah,
treating
true.
yourself to a walk,
McDonald's.
treating yourself to meet your friends and be like, I need this day off.
Heck,
Definitely.
even something just as simple as just listening to music that you like.
Yeah, that's also
is
self-care. Yeah, right.
My favorite
It's
form
also
of
Exactly.
self-care.
It makes you feel better.
Exactly. That's why. Ah, technically, it's all about just loving yourself and knowing, not being unhappy with yourself.
Just
If you-
listening to
yeah,
yourself.
If you are unhappy with yourself, what are you gonna do about it? Do something about it. You're unhappy about the way you look, the way you act. Like what Vidi said. Oh, I'm unhappy about how I look. Oh, do something about it. Go take a run. Go eat properly. Go. But then still treat yourself sometimes. Definitely, you should treat yourself
Yeah.
sometimes because it is tiring and you will burn out. Trust me. You will
Also,
burn
also
out.
with that, having said that, I think one more thing I would like to add on, which we always like most of the times forget, is recognizing our emotions. You know, recognizing it, like there are times when we keep bottling up our emotions and we are in a state of mind where we just want to be strong enough to deal with it, that yes, I can do this, I gotta be strong, I can't cry, I have to be strong, you know. It's not like that. We all are humans, right?
Yes,
Exactly.
We have
exactly.
emotions. We can cry sometimes when we want to. You don't have
Exactly.
to keep bottling up or thinking about what the third person will say. You know, even if you're like guy or a girl, it doesn't matter. It makes you a human if you cry. Recognizing your emotions or just having a good cry can also act as a self-care, that you're recognizing your emotions. You know, taking care of yourself.
Yeah,
right?
it just shows that there is so many ways. At least it makes you happy.
Yes,
Good.
But do things in moderation.
always.
Yes, do
That's
things in
very
moderation.
important.
That
Self
just
care is
applies to
important and
everything.
all, but there is a limit to how much you can enjoy yourself. You have priorities, so you have to take care of those as well. Take care of your priorities while also taking care of your own health at the same time. It's hard to maintain the balance between the two. So like it takes a lot of it might take you a trial and error to find out the balance between the two. So I think it's really important to see where is the limit for yourself.
And also testing, trial and testing what
Yeah.
really works best for you.
yes,
Right? Because sometimes what works best for me doesn't work best for you
Yes,
or
that's
for me
true.
or Mark.
I'm not a runner.
Yes,
Exactly.
so
Yeah.
true.
Things that make me happy will make
Yes,
other people
absolutely.
happy.
Yeah.
And not even thinking about the judgment part. I think that is really important.
Mm-mm.
You know, if you love boxing, being a girl, you love boxing,
Mhm.
but people give you comments about how manly you look.
Yeah.
I think you shouldn't worry about that. Because people are going to talk no matter
People
what
will
you
talk
do,
no matter
right?
what. So just do whatever
Yeah.
you want.
No one can satisfy every single person.
Yes, there's always going to be one person who hates you. So might as well just do things which generally makes you happy.
Yeah.
Heck,
do-
if someone calls you manly
Yeah.
and you're a girl who boxes, I think that's a good thing.
Yeah, that's
You're
really
unique,
cool.
you're special.
Yes,
That's really cool.
exactly,
Like,
exactly.
Yeah.
oh, so she can protect me.
Like-
Exactly.
Correct.
You know? So like, just do whatever you want as long as it doesn't harm yourself or other people.
Yeah, just think of the bright side on things when in whatever you do, and you find out that actually most of the things you do, they're actually not bad for you. They're good for you. That's why you're doing them in the first place.
Exactly. You might do things that you won't even recognize, but
Yeah,
it
and
is good for you.
like one such example of like doing things that at first I didn't like, but then later found out that I really love doing it is actually like skincare, face care. At first, like when I was maybe around 16, my mom would pester me and tell me like, oh, you need to wash your face every day, otherwise it's gonna get dirty. But at the time, me being me, I'm stubborn. I don't do that because I'm like, no, my face is fine. And then come 1 year, 2 year later, I got hit really bad in
Puberty.
puberty. With all the acne attacks and stuff.
We're
And,
all victims.
and that's when
We've all gone through it.
yeah, and that's when I turned to skincare, and I was like, okay, if there's something that would save me, maybe it's skincare. And slowly but surely, through going through the many facial treatments, although however painful they are, you come out looking somehow more decent than you do previously. That's why I've stuck with skincare all this time, because it gives me that sense of self-confidence that I look decent enough to be out in the public eye. Because when I had all my acne and stuff, I
The
was
confidence
really
was not there.
I was really insecure, and I just didn't want to go out very often. Just stayed at home, and then it just becomes a very unhealthy habit of just being at home and mostly doing nothing. You don't connect with anyone.
Mhm.
Yeah, so I decided to take a change in pace and start things new, and now I'm here. Just better than ever. So yeah.
Yeah. I mean, like skincare. taking vitamins, drinking more water. Yeah, these are all things that we will realize at some point. Definitely, we cannot stray away from that unless you really don't care about yourself.
Yeah, so long story short, listen to your parents. Most of the time, they're right.
Yeah.
Physical health is also as important as your mental health. Do not forget about your
Yeah.
physical health.
And speaking on mental health, then now I think better than ever, it's the time to emphasize on how important mental health is. So that's why we have Vidhi here, our guest, to explain to us like the importance of getting mental checks with people and just checking in on each other. So what do you think?
I think it's really important. Okay, I'm not gonna get into those medical definitions of
Yeah.
mental health. I would put it really simple. Mental health, what it is related to your emotions, behaviors, your day-to-day activities, your day-to-day decisions that you take, rational decisions. You need to be mentally fit to do that, right? Just as you are physically fit. And I think after COVID-19, everyone has recognized the need to talk about mental health
Oh, definitely.
and to actually agree on the fact that how vital it is and how essential it is for our life, for our body. So I think, yeah, mental health check-ins is really important, just as you visit a doctor for your physical checkups, your regular body checkups. I think mental health check-ins has to be really, really important. If you visit a therapist or a professional for your mental health check-ins as well, I think it's absolutely normal. There's nothing wrong in seeking a professional help if you're feeling that you are suffering from like a mental illness. There's absolutely nothing wrong in it. In fact, it's really brave of you that you have recognized it despite having a lot of stigma. Also, I feel like it's important to like even check-ins on our friends regularly, because no matter how happy they look, you don't know what's going on
Exactly.
behind. You
So
don't know
you-
the behind the scenes of it, right?
That's true.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
it's really, really important. And also letting them know that you are the person that they can turn to whenever they are in need. You know, sometimes a simple how are you can change someone's life, can make someone's day. Because sometimes that what I feel is people don't expect you to do something big for them, you know. They just wants to hear, they just wants to feel
Hear that someone
supported.
care.
Yes,
Someone cares.
supported. That someone's
Yeah.
there for me, that someone's got my back.
Exactly. But-
Right? Because small acts of kindness can actually make big impacts. And it doesn't have to be among your friends or anyone. You're walking around campus, you're seeing someone who's like feeling down, you're recognizing their behaviors. You can just go simply ask them, say hi. You don't have to have that kind of ego that why should I say hi? You know, it's really important that you go say hi, how are you doing? You're doing good, okay?
I'm good.
Yeah, how are you bombing
I'm
today?
doing good. No, actually, I'm not, but I'm doing good.
It's okay. There are times when you're not okay, but there are times that you absolutely be okay. That's what life is all about, right? You
It
know,
is all about
it's
that.
a roller coaster. Sometimes
It
it will
is,
be
it
up,
is.
sometimes it will be down. So might as well just enjoy the ride, right? How are you doing, Mimi, today?
Oh, I am surviving.
Same here, surviving uni. Yeah.
How are you?
Yeah, how are you?
Okay, I'm still recognizing my emotions, how I am today, because I did my laundry today.
Oh.
I did a lot of stuff
a big
today.
step
I think
Yes.
that's quite an
Yes.
achievement.
Yeah, really a big achievement for me that I'm doing my laundry, okay? Always appreciate yourself for small achievements,
That's
okay?
true.
It doesn't have to be big. Then you have like assignment stress, so yeah.
True. Someone stress.
Yeah, I'm overwhelmed, but with this podcast, I was super excited to do it.
Oh,
Hey, we're glad to hear
Yes.
that.
Honored to have
And
you
also,
here.
I owed 10 day and after hours, so I just couldn't say no to this podcast. I owe them a lot, but generally, I really want to do this podcast. You know, I'm
That's
really
great to
passionate
hear.
about mental health, talking about it, you know.
You guys want to hear my story about mental health?
Yes, of
go.
course.
Let's
Okay,
go.
okay.
Let's
Why
hear
not?
it.
Mental
Definitely.
health for me. Honestly, I think therapy is gonna be a bit controversial, but it's not really that useful. For me. For me, okay. I might be wrong in like another 10 years. You know, I might be a psycho in like the streets and everything. But like who knows, right? Who knows? But then I find that for now, like what I said, being egotistical, narcissistic, knowing your own worth, but then knowing that you can be humbled and to learn stuff always knowing that hungry to learn, and not knowing that you're always up there when you're supposed to be. When people humble you, you're supposed to be down here and coming back up again. Getting down, coming back up. It's always about picking yourself up every time. Always making yourself more worth it, caring for yourself, making yourself the real deal. Like what you always think about. So came from a very bad background, family background. Usually people would not. My own personal story, my own things. So if you guys disagree anything, I fully respect that. Yeah, everybody's different. Everything's this. I'm not trying to boast that mental health is not an important thing. It's definitely an important thing. You should really get it checked out if you are really concerned and you have no one to talk to. But you should talk to someone. You should really get professional help. But then mental health, going for therapy. I don't find it's really that useful because you're technically paying someone to
listen to you.
But then you have your parents, you have your friends. The thing is, okay, understand. Parents sometimes will not be very understanding. I get it. But you have your friends. Friends can be useless. I know that. Trust me, I know that friends can be useless. Been through too much in high school. But yeah. So that's when knowing your worth comes in. Being an egotistical person. I was gonna say something bad, like a bad word, but then I just remembered. But then, being narcissistic and everything. Yeah, I think that was how I got through. After I think about it now, just being egotistical, and being a narcissist, but knowing when to. If someone say you got so much more to learn, you're not good like you think you are. You're not as good as you think you are. And I was like, yo, damn, I am not good. But I am proud that I could realize that. Yeah. And I find pride in that. I find like I'm happy with that. So that's self-care. It gives me a boost of dopamine. Yeah, self-care is giving you small syringes of dopamine. Yeah, because dopamine is what keeps you right.
And
dopamine is the happy hormone.
And I feel like with knowing how to humble yourself, it makes it makes your mind more open to learning and getting more information basically. And like Boming said, it's how you get back up to the top, because now you come back knowing more than what you started with. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, go ahead. Yeah. I don't know what I'm gonna say anymore.
Yeah, it's also important to recognize patterns within yourself when you see repeating cycles of these situations that are happening. So if these things keep coming back to you, they keep repeating, there must be something within you that you need to change. So while we cannot see everything that is not, we cannot see all of our flaws. So we have other people to point it out. And when they point it out, you have to take it in and actually consider it and okay, maybe this is what I should do differently. I should, because if I keep acting this way, it will keep happening the same way. So
I think turning your negative criticism into the positive.
Yes,
one.
exactly.
Yeah. Isn't
exactly.
that okay? Some people might say that you're just being delusional if you do that. Right.
I think I would tell you my story regarding this, okay? When I decided to pursue my higher studies abroad, Curtin, with Curtin, all of those decision-making process, those family typical meetings in the family, what to do, what not to do. I think at that time I was called whimsical.
Whimsical was that?
Yes, whimsical is you're living in your own imagination world.
In your fantasy.
Yes,
Whoa.
your life won't be easy, all of that stuff. I think at that particular point of time, even I gave a thought, am I really whimsical?
Yeah.
Then my aunt comes in and tells me that if pursuing your dreams, being a go-getter, if that's what people call you whimsical, then might as well just be whimsical. Yeah. Because I think...
Yo, that
Yes, you're not of your aunt.
Your aunt
Yes.
is really smart.
Really?
Chat.
She did tell me that if someone calls you whimsical for pursuing your dreams, being a go-getter, that you're fulfilling your dreams, you're working so hard to turning your dreams into a reality, and if someone comes and calls you whimsical, then might as well just be okay with it. You don't have to explain other people about your life decisions, right? You don't have to give any explanation to
you know what it
people.
means to you. It keeps you
Yes.
happy.
It's your
You
life.
have
Yes,
worth.
and
Yeah.
the people who knows you The people who genuinely cares about you will never ask for an explanation. They already know you.
They will not
Right?
doubt you.
And
Yes,
at
I
the
think
end-
this is my transition from a teenage to now I'm in my early 20s.
Yeah,
This is how I became wise, because I couldn't understand this concept earlier, but I think it all makes sense now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
And at the end of
Congratulations.
at the end of the day, you're becoming what you want. So
yeah, not
you're-
what they want.
Yeah, you're making yourself happy in the process as well. So, like she said, might as well do it. Why wouldn't you? You know.
You
At least
cannot
you're
be-
not giving the accountability and responsibility to someone else to
Yeah.
take your life decisions on behalf of you. Does that
True.
even make sense? I don't think it does make sense to me. Because if something goes right, they will take all the credit. But if something goes wrong,
That's true.
it all
They don't want
comes-
to take the
Yes.
responsibility.
And
Like,
there's
you
always
listen.
yes, so true. And then if something goes wrong, then it will always be if in your mind that if I took the decision, my life would be different.
Yeah.
I think which is why I really didn't want that accountability or give that responsibility to someone else to take decisions for myself. Because if something goes wrong, at the end of the day, I would feel disappointed.
Yeah.
Genuinely, I'm accepting the fact that yes, I would feel sad, I would feel disappointed. But at the end of the day, I would even feel satisfied that yes, this
At
decision I
least
took
did-
myself.
Yes.
Because I don't want the reason to blame someone. Otherwise, I would have a reason. I would be like, if I had taken this, my life would be different. So that is like really, really important.
You blame yourself, you hate yourself, but then you get up.
Yes. Rise like a phoenix.
You pick yourself up.
Yes.
You rise like a phoenix.
And that's where the
Yes.
egotistical people come from.
But like as a side note though, on like as a tip in general that I've mostly noticed in people that they don't really speak about is actually when you want to enter a place or go into an event that you're kind of nervous about or that you're not sure how you're gonna feel at the end of it. Example, like you're going into campus or whatever, but then maybe you don't feel the best at the time. So what you can do is actually just take your phone, put in some earphones, and listen to the song that makes you feel the best and walk in. That will make you feel confident.
I do that.
I did that today.
I do that.
I walk like,
Yes,
whoa,
I
this
do
is my
that.
runway. Boom.
Exactly.
Yes.
Do I do that? I mean, I just walk in and just walk in with my chest out. That's about it.
That's very for me.
Well, you
That's
see,
very
you
for me.
have the chest first, so but
Chest out and
like,
just walk.
Yeah, not
Walk,
all of
buddy.
us do.
Walk and you're like,
I need my
hey,
background
lecturer,
music."
hi, how are you? Yeah.
Different people have different
Yeah.
methods of how to look like they're confident and how to look like they're ready for anything at all.
Mhm.
So
Yeah. We all deal with things differently.
Exactly.
That's true.
Very differently. Very, very differently.
As long as at the end of the day we're being happy and we're caring for ourselves.
But I think the main point of commonality that our generation has is that we have all gone through those comments and judgments. We have all gone through the crisis which every teenager has. So I think there's a part where we feel empathetic towards each other, which is also really important while doing mental health check-ins, that you gotta be empathetic. You're putting yourself into someone else's shoes and you're understanding, right? I think that is also really important with active listening, of course.
True.
And this generation is more open talking about mental health compared to previous generations.
correct.
And I think that's one of the best things that have ever happened this generation. We can all freely talk about our problems with other people without being judged.
Otherwise, in most Asian households, they really don't talk
Yeah,
about
that's
depression or anything, mental health for that matter. They won't even ask you if you're down. Why are you down? You go talk to your friends and you'll be fine, you know?
Yeah.
True. I mean, like, think about it. In the 90s or like the 1900s, that era, there were not a lot of people who think about mental health and everything, right? Self-care and everything. So I think, how did people get through all these disasters or family disputes or hard times in life? Do they just go on with it? Because if I'm not wrong, people just go on with it, right?
No,
Yeah.
they just manipulate themselves into thinking,
And that's a sad thing.
well, I can live, I have shelter, I have food. What should I be sad
Yeah,
about? That's probably what they thought.
But I think that's where I can share a story of my grandmother,
Mhm.
because my grandparents are really, really ahead of their time.
Whoa.
You know, really open minded about everything, about education, being women financially independent. I think my grandmother really, like my family, I don't come from like a really affluent or rich background, but as compared to my mom's time and my
Yeah.
time, there's a lot of difference.
Yeah.
They have seen much more financial struggle than I have seen. Okay.
Yeah.
And I'm so grateful and thankful for that, because I had that privilege and they didn't have that much privilege, which I have. So I think my grandparents had seen that struggle, having 4 kids, you know, raising their 4 kids in a city like Bombay, which is really expensive,
Oh, yeah.
most biggest and expensive
Wow.
cities. It was a really tough task. But at the end of the day, my grandmother always says that your current situation is not your end destination. Okay?
Pain
You-
is never
I-
forever.
Yes.
Pain is never forever.
Yes. So if you're going through a tough phase, always keep hope, always keep faith, because that's how the world is working. If there was no hope, there was no faith, no one would survive. I think that was the advice that she gave me when I was coming here. Yes.
That was
Yes.
amazing.
Family is really inspirational.
You should meet them. They're even more inspirational
like
and
to meet your
really lively.
family.
Okay, as compared to them, I'm such a boring person. Okay, I'm
Oh,
admitting
no,
that.
no,
They are
no.
even
Fun with
more,
you right now.
even more lively and fun. They're really broad-minded, open-minded about all of this
They're
stuff.
enjoying life.
Yeah, they can join life if you ask them.
No, they're enjoying life.
Yeah.
Enjoying
Yes.
life.
Wow, I would love to meet your family.
Yes. Please come. I would. My
One day,
let's
one
all
day.
book a flight
One day, yeah.
After
all
our
of
trip
the
to India.
after hours.
After hours
But
to
a
India.
disclaimer: if they come on your podcast, then after hours we can't have anyone talk to from after, because it will be them.
Just them talking.
Yes.
That will take the spotlight.
Yeah.
Just get a special episode only for
Just
them.
for just your family.
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, as I said, in the end of the day, that yes, that's how she survived. You know, that she didn't listen to what other people were saying about them, that they were not financially sound, or they had 4 kids and they were living in Bombay. They made their life decisions. And she said that after coming here, after coming so far, when she reflects on her life, she says that this is the best decision of my life, that I never listened to other people. I never listened to
You know what
anyone.
you want.
Yes. And also there was a level of understanding between my grandparents, the kind of support, the emotional support basically that they gave each other. Because when there were times when my grandmother was not feeling well, or when she was down about something, my grandfather was always there to support her.
Yo.
And when my grandfather was down, my grandmother was like a backbone. Okay, so that's what mental health check-in is, that you know that someone has got your back.
Definitely,
Right?
definitely.
So I think that's how even in relationships that really works. You know?
Going to relationships for a while.
No, but yeah, I have highlighted that, but not going so deep into relationships. But yeah, highlighting the mental health check-in point.
I get it. I get
Yeah.
it.
But
Oh.
just like just like her grandparents, you not only do you have to listen to people, like it's okay when when you have to listen to people and to talk to them and stuff about their day, about their mental health, giving them a check-in. But also do remember that sometimes it's okay for you yourself to want to talk to other people about your problems as well. Don't be afraid to speak out about it just because you're the one that everyone talks to. Sometimes you need to be the one that is talked to as well. So yeah, don't just be a giver most of the times. Do learn to receive as well, because receiving can be just
That's
as
true.
fun.
So true, so true.
I agree. Everyone needs someone to lean on, someone's shoulder to cry on. It's really hard for me personally. I don't like relying on one person. I like going to different people because I feel like if I talk to one person too much, I feel like I'm burdening them too much with my problems. So I always find other people to express myself to.
And that is why over here we have many people. We already have 3
Okay,
people
today
here.
for me, tomorrow you.
Exactly.
Tomorrow you.
Come talk to us anytime.
Yes.
I'm always on campus. Also running a peer group support for students on campus. This is why we are running it.
All right, so that will wrap up this part for our podcast. Now, before we actually start bringing up the listeners to actually speak on some of the stuff that they want to tell, can we? I just want to disclose once again that Vidi here, our guest, is not going to be helping anyone with their like more deeper levels of mental problems because we're not licensed for that. So do only like just talk about your more surface level problems as something that maybe that your day was bad and why was it bad, you know? So she's not here to provide professional help per se, but we're here to cheer you up and that's why we're here. So if you got anything going on, just put it in the chat, and we'll slowly be looking, we'll be reading. Yeah. It's
I
like
don't
that.
think we can
Is-
hear them
You,
because
you see,
Yeah.
okay. I want to continue my story about me being an egotistical person, getting through my childhood, because it's something I feel I want to share because I want to know what you guys think about it also. Because growing up from a family, Asian family, as I said, Asian family, bad background, horrible background, but still coming out thinking like what I said, I don't need therapy. I honestly think I do not need therapy. And I'm proud of that. And it's not saying that I'm actually wanting people to like come up to me and be like, Bombing, are you good? Are you good? It's just me being confident that I can handle shit by myself and for myself. And if people are around me, that's good. That's a bonus. But still, at the end of the day, you will be alone. You came to this world alone, you will leave alone, right? So still being independent in yourself is still the best thing. Being able to know that you can handle things by yourself is the best thing. You might not like it. Nobody likes doing things alone. Definitely. But some people do. But for me, at times, it's not nice to do things alone.
hyper independence is not very
Maybe like
healthy.
going to the gym.
Yeah.
Going to the gym alone is like, that takes a lot of motivation.
Yeah.
I see people who go to the gym alone. I'm like, you good, man? Who hurt you, man? Who hurt you? I was like, what the hell? I'm like, oh my god, yeah, you really determined. Yeah, really, who hurt you? But if you see them with a friend, these are bros. These are a couple, right? Yeah. So they have that motivation to do with someone. Yeah. So like, definitely, if you're going through something and you don't feel like you can handle it, don't do stupid stuff. I'm gonna just state that. Do not do stupid stuff and seek professional help or seek friends. Yeah. But make sure not to be too vulnerable with your friends too.
True.
Yeah, because they might stab you in the back. It's the hard truth.
That's true.
Yeah. They might stab you in the back. Yeah. So self-care for me at that time, being alone, being happy with who I am, even though I'm a skinny person when I was younger, it's just a way of life. Then you gotta do what? What you gotta do? Bulk up. What you gotta do? Go to the gym. What you gotta do? Fix your hair. What you gotta do? Fix yourself. Yeah, in general, everything. That's where self-confidence comes, and that's where self-care comes. See? Playing games, doing things that make you happy, that makes you know that in the future I'm gonna thank myself for that. Like what I said, dopamine.
Yeah.
The dopamine is there that keeps you going, better than doing stupid other stuff. I'm not gonna go into details, but yeah, dopamine. It's the best thing ever. Because these things won't wear out. Habits of you taking care of yourself, habits of you telling yourself every day, today's gonna be a good day. A bird flies into your face, today's gonna be a good day. Someone spilled coffee on your white shirt and you have a presentation, today's gonna be a good day. That kind of way to be like, yes. That's keeping yourself sane is also another way of self-care, right? Because if you be like, I'm not okay with this, why did this person had to ruin my interview and he spilled coffee? That's making a toll on your brain, right? Because you can make yourself sick from just worrying if you're gonna be sick.
That's
Am
true.
I right?
That's true.
You can just
Yes.
worry until you feel like your immune system is like, I feel chills, I feel what? Actually, you get sick. From what? From just being worried. Because you can get sick from stress also.
Yes.
Right.
Yes,
See?
you can.
So
Exactly.
taking care of your mental health also is like another way of saying, self-care. Self-care. Telling the world, you can't ruin today. Today is my day. Every single day. You gotta know. You gotta be like, I'm grateful that I can. Cheesy, but I'm thankful I can wake up every day. Something like that. You know, because some people are really not lucky, and you never know when will be your last day.
Gratitude, really important. Yeah.
Gratitude.
Count your blessings.
Practice gratitude.
Yes.
I used to keep a gratitude journal. I would write every night 5 things that I'm grateful for and 5 things I would
Yes.
like to manifest.
I think I started doing it after the pandemic.
Oh, I did
Yeah.
it in high school.
No, as I said before, I was like
Yeah.
a total different person,
Mm.
But after the pandemic, when you realize
Yes.
that life is unpredictable, life is
It
short,
is.
you should be in the moment and at least thank God
Mm.
for whatever you have in life.
I mean, I started writing things down only like maybe a few months ago.
How's that going for you?
Yeah.
It's going good. Honestly, it's going
good.
good. It's
It's
making my life
actually
more
good,
organized.
yeah.
But yeah, still commendable that you made the first step. Yeah.
Yeah, still.
But I think like with as with these like journals and stuff, it gets better with time because think of it like when you're 10 years from now
And then you come back
and you
to
find
it.
that book, you know,
Yeah,
you
you're
look
like,
through
wow.
it and you remember
Yeah.
everything.
You remember
that
the
you-
I've
struggles.
grown so much
Exactly.
from this.
Yeah.
You remember the struggles, you
Yeah.
remember the happy times, the sad times, but that's what makes you who you are
Yeah.
today.
Yeah, you could have been really stressed out while you were writing it, but like in the future, you're like, wow, that was really funny. I can't believe I cried over that.
Yeah, exactly.
Right,
It's like,
right,
I've grown as a
right.
person.
Wow, why did I get so upset over something like
Yeah,
this?
it doesn't even bother me anymore.
Yeah,
Honestly,
it's
I
just-
grow for it. I'm above
It's
that.
nice. It's
Mhm.
funny.
That stress has made you into a better person and a stronger
that's
one.
true. That's true.
Like the feeling of, because people might say my way of being egotistical and like narcissistic is bad, but imagine a person being the best fighter, the best singer, the best dancer, the best what, and them coming to you and be like, yeah, I'm not actually that good. How would you feel? Will you feel like horrible? Like if you're not good, you're the best already. And you tell them, what am I? What am I? So it's like,
Yeah.
knowing your self-worth, being egotistical,
Or
not
like,
that bad.
or like
Not that bad.
when they have a lot of potential but they don't want to admit it. It kind of makes you feel like, wow, you really
Yeah.
think of yourself like that. What does that make me then? I put so much effort to
Yeah.
be even half as good as you, and you have so much potential. You're already way better, but if you work a little bit harder, maybe you can get to the level you're satisfied with. If you're not happy with what you are right now, how does that make you feel?
Yeah.
And that we the lesson is we shouldn't compare ourselves to other people. Everyone has their specialties. What are they good at? What are they not good at? So focus on what makes you feel good about yourself. Focus on what you are good at instead of focusing on what other people are good at and which that you are not good at. So
Definitely.
don't focus on the bad things. Focus on
Do
the
you-
nice things.
Do you think people will call? Okay, this is a bit off topic, but do you think people will call you egotistical and narcissistic if, like, imagine the best said, "I'm not that good." People will, "Oh, they're so humble." You're not even half as good as the person, and then you say you're the good, you're the stuff already. I'm like,
At least I have the confidence. It's not about being egotistical. It's not about being narcissistic. It's about having the confidence and being able to carry yourself to do what you want. That's what we need. Like if you're good but you don't have the confidence, how are you going to be good? How are people going to recognize what you can do?
I mean, like, for me, also another thing of self-care is making myself have headaches throughout nights and nights, like sleepless nights, just having headaches because I was thinking so much about the things I did on that day. Like, did I do something wrong? Did I hurt someone? Did I just reflecting? Reflecting is a big thing also for your self-care, for knowing, being aware. Another step to being aware is reflecting on yourself, knowing that what you did is wrong or what you did is correct. People might gaslight you and be like, what you did is wrong, what you did is wrong, what you do. But you know to your core, as a logical person, as an emotional person, that what I did was right.
Yeah.
Stick to that.
Yeah, correct.
Right, exactly.
That's what the thing is, that people are going to judge you no matter what you do. So might as well just do things that makes you happy, what works
Exactly.
best for you, what works best for your life. Making decisions for yourself but also keeping in mind that that doesn't hurt anyone else. You
Mm,
know,
yeah,
thinking
yeah.
about your benefit without hurting someone else is
Yes,
also really
exactly.
important. You know,
Exactly,
keeping that
exactly.
in mind.
Yeah. You don't go up to a homeless person and be like, haha, I got so much money, but I work hard for it,
Aha,
but I got a lot of
have a
money.
house.
You know, you don't
Yeah,
do
you
that.
can't
Shouldn't
do
be
that.
saying
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
You should have humility, right? I think that
Yes,
is really
yes.
important. Not thinking you're someone really great. I think that comes confidence when you want to build that confidence if you're lacking confidence, but also having a fine line and knowing
Yes.
when you have to stop.
Mhm,
Okay,
mhm.
having humility, wanting to learn from other people as well, focusing on your personal, spiritual, emotional growth
Yes.
by being in a different culture, by being with different people. You
Definitely.
know?
Yeah. I mean, like, honestly, these are all what we think about. What we think, what keeps us going. Right?
Sometimes.
So what about you, Tim? You've been
Bas-
awfully quiet.
Basically,
what
like I've
what,
just
what
been,
got you through high school?
I've just been listening to what they've been saying, and what I would take from here is just do everything in moderation, as they say. Be humble to a certain extent. Be narcissistic to a certain extent.
Yeah.
So when people tell you that you're bad and you're bad, take it. If people tell you that you're good and you're good, take it too. But back to what you said, like what have I been through in
high school. Like,
in
what
high
did you
school?
do? Yeah, exactly.
So like
What keeps you motivated until now to do things for yourself?
I think it's definitely just my end goal that I'm trying to reach, and I would say that to in most people's eyes it would be quite selfish, so to say, but indeed that is just who I want to be. I want to be a just a bigger person in general, and I want to get up there to the top, even if it means that I have to like physically do everything myself. It's fine, like it's selfish, sure, but it works for me, and that's just my daily drive to keep myself motivated going, just trying to aim for the top.
So that drive, yeah.
Yeah, so like I have a very like hustler's mentality when it comes to these things, and when it comes to like mental blocks and stuff, like most of the times I do try to solve them or rectify them, but in more times than not I find it unnecessary, so I really just tell myself, oh, it's fine, you'll get over it, because I believe in the saying of this too shall pass. If it's a bad thing, it will pass. If it's a good thing, it will also pass. So just keep doing what you do until you get there.
Wow. That's so nice.
That's good. Whoa, okay. Knowing your end goal. That's another way of also keeping yourself going. Keeping yourself like, I'm gonna get there. Right?
Yeah, and it makes things very fun for yourself, because when you get there at the very end, you get to look back on everything you've been through, every person you've talked to, every bad experience you've been through, and you get to share that too with other people. And when someone comes to you with like a problem that they need to be talked to or that need to be solved, most of the time you probably know how to do it as well. And not only because you have the knowledge, but also because you've been through it yourself. So you have talked to people that also have been through it. So in a way, everything is connected. Yeah.
Damn. Everything is connected. At least it makes you happy, as I said. At least it makes you happy. Gives you that drive. It's about drive. It's about
It's about drive, it's about power.
We stay hungry. We're gonna get copyrighted, but
Okay, we don't
All
want
right.
to get
So
copyrighted.
before we wrap up the podcast and before we end here, I just want to provide a very big thank you to Vidhi for joining us today, helping us with the podcast, being a special guest to talk about all these things. How have you been?
Thank you for having me. I'm really honored that you
Nice.
guys did have me as a guest on this podcast. Also,
our first guest.
Our first
Yes,
guest.
our first guest,
Yeah,
actually.
oh
first
my
guest.
god!
Our first guest.
Oh my god, this is even more special. Oh my god.
Exactly.
I think you guys need to release more episodes, right?
Definitely.
Yeah,
We're working on it. Don't
Yeah.
worry about it.
I really loved being here today. Can't thank you. Thank you to the entire team of After Hours for doing this, for highlighting mental health, for having this podcast, and having me. That was really special. And knowing I am the first guest, then it makes it even more special.
Exactly.
You know, I'm really, really honored. Truly. I really enjoy it as well. Because the kind of energy everyone had when I entered was like, oh, wow. I'm loving the vibe here.
I love seeing new
this is
people.
like my people. If I wasn't working on like BDB officially, like unofficially, I would have joined After Hours.
You still
Come
can.
join us.
You still can. I'm just saying. We're
Still
open.
available.
Yeah, I think I will consider this. Maybe Oscar can finally take over BTB in Curtin. It's finally time to let me go, okay? Yeah.
If you love me, let me go.
What year are you in again?
I'm in my year 2, Sem 2.
You're
Year
2
two,
sem
sem
2.
two.
Okay.
Wow.
Yeah.
What are you majoring in?
I'm majoring in Bachelor of Business Administration.
Ooh.
It actually doesn't have a major. It has a specialization.
Oh, what are you specializing in?
Marketing. I love that. Public
Wow.
relations
Wow.
and
I
small
love PR.
startup.
I majored
You
in
can
Small
talk, so
startup.
marketing is good.
Yes,
You can talk,
and
so
small
marketing is good.
startup because I'm really passionate about startups. So if you guys want to talk about startups, entrepreneurship, anything like that, you guys can come and talk to me anytime.
Maybe for my episode.
Oh yeah, stay tuned.
Yeah,
Another episode.
Stay tuned.
because because I was passionate about this, which is why I started Beyond the Bounds. You know, I was passionate about
Oh,
nonprofit.
you started it.
Yes, I'm the official founder. I'm the founder of the organization, founder of the club. Yeah.
It's amazing.
Okay.
So I'm really passionate about the nonprofit space, the small business space, especially entrepreneurship. I'm really passionate about it, and also mental health.
So
That's good.
so since you're here now and you're speaking on this, promote your club and talk about it. What do you guys
Okay.
do?
Okay, so Beyond the Bounds is basically a mental health organization started in 2019 and headquartered in Mumbai, which focuses on destigmatizing mental health among young people. I came across through my high school experiences where we were never taught about what mental health was. Okay, what it was for taking care of your mental health. There were a lot of things that promoted physical health, like being physically fit. But how about being mentally fit? Because when you're in high school, you're thinking about your career plans, what you need to get into. It
Definitely,
becomes so
definitely.
stressful,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
the most stressful.
Yes,
Definitely.
and coming from Bombay, it's like highly competitive.
Exactly.
know,
Yeah. True.
Because it provides opportunities, one of the best opportunities. So everyone wants to do well in life. Who doesn't want
Who
to,
doesn't want
right?
to?
Everyone
Exactly,
wants to be
that's true.
successful.
Mm.
Yeah.
So in that race, there was a competition, I would say. And competition, I agree that a healthy competition is good because it puts you on your toes. You get
Yeah.
to learn about your
Yeah.
strengths, your weaknesses,
Mm.
okay, what you can do, what really interests you. But the competition there was like really high. You know, getting into a good college
Yeah.
was really competitive. If you didn't get good grades in your national exam, you're gone. Okay, so I think that was the time when I realized that this competition among peers, we would tend to develop the grudge was the
Against
byproduct of it.
Oh, yeah.
Right? So that's when I realized that it's important to recognize this need. And also, after my national exam, like my 10th grade, we do have like a national exam
Yes,
in 10th and
yes.
12th. So
Mhm.
after my 10th, we were supposed to choose streams, science, arts, and
Oh,
commerce
yeah.
based on your grades. And I chose arts because I was really passionate about psychology, economics, history, languages. And people judged me and they said that she did not got good grades or so. My peers from school stopped talking to me. They stopped communicating.
Oh, what?
Yeah. So there was a lot of stuff that
Wow.
happened with me, and also there was a bullying
Okay.
incident in my school.
Yeah.
So there was a lot of things that really happened, which made me realize that yes, I wanted to start something in this. And also, there's not such concept for young people. We do have professional helps. We do have organizations which really focuses on addressing mental health among adults and senior citizens. There are a lot of research institutes as well, which do provide professional help to these people and support. But what about the young people? What about the teenagers?
That's true.
You know, that age group
It's
is
a delicate
neglected.
age.
Yes,
Yeah.
it's neglected.
Yes.
So I came up with this, and then we expanded it to Curtin, because when I got
you.
into Curtin, I was looking for a club
Oh.
specifically for mental health.
my own club.
So
Yes, and might as well just start my own.
True. It's just smart. That's smart. You're like, nothing makes
It's
satisfies
really
me.
nice
Big ball
that you
club.
founded this club.
Yes, because I was eager to expand it. So from a business mindset, I was like, yeah, I want to expand it. I think this is a great opportunity.
Yeah,
I think
this
it
is-
was also beneficial for the students and for me as well, because I get to learn a lot. Because I'm not someone who would settle for anything less than I deserve, or settle for all of the success that I have today. I want to focus more on the growth part. So I would be in the club, not just starting the club, not just starting the organization or focusing on the expansion part, but genuinely participating in the programs, as a participant. I think that's what I really want to do, even in the club, not just looking over the operations part or just being the
Yeah.
president or being the
It's
founder.
good to be a member sometimes.
I really want to be that and really want to give more, not just starting it and then having a team, building a team, or thinking about what to do next, but also giving more to the students as a participant, as a member.
Oh, okay. That's really inspirational, honestly. Oh, I think that's all the time we have now.
Yeah, that
Thank
is
you for
indeed.
sharing. Oh, that was
Thank
a
you.
really good story. Whoa. So, there
Have
you
a
go,
good
guys.
Friday.
That
This was a
really-
good Friday.
Good Friday. It's a really good Friday. I mean, like, now it's a good Friday. In the beginning, it was not for me, but it's a good Friday
Well,
now.
It ended on a good
No,
note.
like I've
And I got a
learned
good note.
so much about mental health. I feel like I could implement them now into my life. I feel like I can go on a bit more. Because before this, I was losing a little bit of hope. Not gonna lie, but this has been really helpful so far for me. So I hope it does the same for you guys as well.
Yeah.
And if you feel like you need someone to talk to, you can always approach us. Approach
Yeah.
Didi.
Approach us on
me.
campus. I mean, like, just another disclaimer.
We don't bite.
Yeah. And also, just another disclaimer. These things work for us, and if you come to us, it's only from our perspective
Yeah.
of our lives, and we're gonna display it to you.
Mm.
But the thing is, it's still up to you.
Yeah, the
What you wanna do with
decision
your
is
life and
still
everything.
yours to make.
And if you have any kind of stresses like academic stresses, do feel free to look for them. They will be happy to help anytime. They're happy to accommodate.
So yeah, that's about it.
That is
Alright.
about it. So thank
you
you.
for
Thank
listening.
you. Good night.
Yeah.
Have a
Good night.
good evening.
Have a great
Have a great
weekend.
week.
Bye
Yes,
bye.
have a great weekend.